on, honey. Right. It's Monday the 21st of May. Lewis is 2.5 weeks old and we're going for a walk. I'm still not allowed to drive for another basically 3.5 weeks. Rolly took me to the shops briefly to get pajamas and we went out to the park. We've been out to the park twice, but we drove and today is my first walk. So this coffee shop that I'm walking to is only about 300 meters from my house. It opened maybe like 4 months ago, around Christmas time or something. Anyway, so I thought, well, just attempted. It's up a little bit of a hill, but it's okay. It's not too bad. I'm managing it. It is a little bit windy and cold. Anyway, I'm at the top of the hill now and I'm puffed out. Yeah, so that went pretty well actually. It was quite nice to get out and about. Honey sat in the doorway of the cafe and she loved it. We probably had like 10 people coming and going getting coffees and they all patted her, and like the kids that were coming in were like loving having a dog to talk to. And Grace, one of the girls that works at the coffee shop, she's really lovely. She just loves Max and Honey, and now Lewis, of course. She always, yeah, she's just such a nice girl. Anyway, she was like taking photos of Honey in the doorway. I think she'll probably be on their Instagram now, which is funny. With this carrier, like I put him in it and he fell asleep within a few minutes, and he's been in there, well, I put him in it at about 9:15 and it's now 11:10, so he's basically been asleep the whole time. I did feed him a little bit at the cafe, just like 5-minute little thing because he was getting a bit fussy, and that was it. So now he's back to sleep and he's quite happy in there. So I think he's going to live in the carrier a lot more, so that'll be good because then I can do things with Max as well, you know, come out into the yard, and I've got 2 hands free. I really like this one. It's the Ergo Baby Omni 360, and Rolly said he would be happy to wear it. You know, it's a little bit more, you know, manly or masculine or whatever. I'm wandering around a lot, sorry. Anyway, so we are just at home today. Max is obviously at daycare, being Monday. So I am going to do my admin work, if I can get it done. Well, I have to get it done because it's the wages. I need to pay all the guys. And just going to hang around. I need to do a few admin-y other things, and Rolly's going to come home for lunch and then he's going to go back to work, and we'll pick Max up at 4 o'clock, or Rolly will pick him up at 4 o'clock. So fairly cruisy day today, which is good. We're starting to get into a little bit of a routine. Yeah, poor Max. I think because he's gone from me being the main carer to Rolly being the main carer, and Rolly, he's a bit more playful and like gruff. I think Max is sort of just adjusting to a different personality as his main parent. Like I obviously am still there doing everything, but things like I can't lift him onto the toilet, I can't put him in the bath, things like that, where I have to pick him up because I'm not allowed to pick anything up other than Lewis for a little while. So Rolly's got to do a lot more of the care stuff, and he's obviously dropping him to daycare and things like that. So where I might have a little bit more patience, or not patience but time to sort of explain things and get him to agree to do stuff, whereas Rolly's kind of like, we have to do it now and there's no, you don't get a say, which is fine because obviously Rolly's got to get to work and he's managing a lot. Like he's got to drive me if I need to go anywhere. Like I can't leave the house without Rolly, apart from if I go for a walk. You know, so Rolly's like trying to be at home with us on paternity leave, but he has a business to run, so he still has to work. He was basically working up until about 5 minutes before we went into theatre with Lewis, and then he had to take phone calls after Lewis was born, and then he was at the office the next day, and so he's been managing a lot, and to also add on top like looking after Max primarily as well. And we did have help obviously with my parents and then Rolly's mum and stuff, but it is a lot for him to take on, and I think he's just a bit overwhelmed, and you know, it's a little bit harder for him to have the time and the patience to explain, or you know, get Max to on board with cooperating. But Max isn't really used to being, you know, having to do things just a certain way immediately, where yeah, so he is struggling a little bit, and he's done a few little silly naughty things that he would never normally do. Like, we were letting him play with the hose in the yard. He was just watering our new plants and like making puddles in the dirt and stuff, and then all of a sudden he just walked into the house with the hose. Like, he definitely knows not to do that. Just silly, you know. And a little bit frustrating because we know he knows better, but we have to try to be a bit more like, you know, patient and not yell at him. And Honey is waiting to be let in. Look at her. I don't know why she rushes to get let in, because there's nothing inside and we're all outside. So Honey is really hopeless because her water bowl is out on the back deck. Go on. But she needs to come in the front door, and then you have to go, then you have to go to the back door and open it so that she can get to her water bowl. For some reason as well, like if you let her out the back door, she wants to come back in the back door. So even if the front door is open, she'll stand at the back door and cry until you open it. Hopeless. Look at her. Look at this dog. Loving the sunshine, aren't you? Hey, did you like your little outing to the coffee shop? Yeah, it's an absolutely gorgeous blue sky day. Now, also while I'm outside and rambling on, you probably don't really care, but on the day that I went to hospital, I mentioned in the start of the vlog that we had the gardeners arriving, and they had started that day and they were meant to work on the Thursday and Friday, and then I was going to go to the hospital and have Lewis on the Tuesday. But on the Thursday I wasn't feeling very well, so I called up the doctor and they said, or the midwives at the hospital, and they said, yeah, just come in for a checkup. And I said to the gardeners, like, I've just got a doctor's appointment, I'll be back in about an hour, I'll see you soon. And I never came home, but they did a really great job. So let me show you. What we did was, we used to have all these really jagged rocks all the way along the fence, from the front to the back. Yeah, they pulled all of these rocks out, so I wanted to get more of these. This is not Mondo grass, Pablo Escobar, I think it's called, the variety. It's like a grass, and so I planted that there, and I want that to spread out, and I'll have that all down there as well. All these rocks, these sharp jagged rocks, are all the way up here, and I just had nightmares of just like Max running along here and falling over, or falling off his bike and hitting his head on one of those sharp rocks, because it's quite a narrow path here. And you know, he likes to be outside, and I just wanted something a little bit more safe. Then we got some Mondo grass, which I'm hoping will spread. That's the idea, and a bird of paradise. So this is like a crushed granite type of stuff, and they put sleepers around so that we've got somewhere for our bins to go. Obviously these need to go in the recycling. And then over here, and then they put this sleeper in, and then all the rocks that were along here and around there came out. And this is a tree jasmine, a bush jasmine, so it should sort of grow out and take up all of that space and kind of, yeah, make the front of the house look really nice. And we've got a little bit of ground cover type plants there. Yeah, so then we also got our two trees that we got taken out, the citrus trees. We got this guy. This is called a weeping lily pilly. And then this one, which was meant to be a lemon myrtle, is a lemon verbena. They gave us the wrong one, but he's already growing. Like, I think he was all, like, this is all new. So he's loving it there as well. Yeah, so that is that. Ah, Rolly's home. That's good, good timing. Hopefully he stays asleep so I can have some lunch, because I'm starving. Actually have the shakes because it's been like 2 hours since I ate. Here we are, doing the usual.
Hey, Mommy!
The cat. Your dad found some pencils, did he?
Hiding!
The chaos is home, hey?
Hey! Not going those crystals! Peekaboo!
Peekaboo! Were you hiding?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, mate. I didn't even know you.
And then I found out.
Right.
I found it.
What are you doing here? Do you need help?
This.
Yeah. Do you want to do the oval?
Yeah.
Can you follow the dotted line?
Oh, I got that memory too. What time did you get those memories?
this morning?
That's good.
That was really good, Max.
I wrote Pacific in it.
Okay. Which one? What sticker? Dynamite. Okay. This time 3 years ago.
2014.
Oh, 4 years ago. It's not 2017. This time 4 years ago, Rolly and I had no children. We weren't even engaged, actually. We were in Hawaii, living it up on the big island, playing golf and drinking cocktails. Eh?
Yeah. I will do sticker first.
And these days, we just hang out and do colouring in books. Ah!
And we did the Hawaiian helicopter that day.
Oh yeah. Oh, poor Rolly reminiscing. Anyway, so now it's 4:30. Max is home from daycare and he is chaos because he's always got so much energy. He just loves it so much. 4:30 is around the time when things get hectic for us until 7. So now we're going to feed Lewis. He has to go. Then we're going to have dinner. Rolly's going to order a takeaway. And yeah, it gets hectic. We're going to have baths and all that stuff. And then we settle down at about 7. What's that?
What's this?
I don't know. Mail by the look of it.
Important information enclosed. Macquarie Group Limited.
Oh, I don't know.
Is this where all our money's going, eh? It's a feels like a pretty stiff check.
It's not a check. It's probably a bill. Anyway, Lewis gets fussy and yeah, so I'm gonna call it a day on the video front, I think. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed a little, I don't know what this video even is.
Hey, Mommy.
Yeah.
Look.
What have you done?
Yeah.
Put your toys everywhere for a start. Oh, he fell off. Just crash it. Hey? He can't hop on his own. You gotta do it. He's so busy all the time. See you guys. Have a good one.